All right, this is the one I'm going to do. The Historic Railroad Trail. There's Lake Mead over there. Hi, Lake Mead. Historic Railroad Trail. Oh cool, they have a temperature gauge. 86 degrees. Oh, and it is November 4th. There's our blistering sun. Just the parking lot. Bathrooms, I would suggest doing that first. And then, nice little easy trail. You can actually come out here on a bicycle. There's plenty of trails to come out here and actually get to this spot on a bicycle. But that's for another time. Oh, another thing, wear some good shoes when you come out here. I just happen to be in my Vans. I have flat feet, so it's not that bad. But if you have like some type of hiking boots, I definitely suggest it. Even though it's a relatively flat trail, still a little rocky, you know. So just from the parking lot, there is like a path I assume would go back somewhere. Unless there's a pipeline buried underneath there, that's what it looks like. Oh no, I'm off my leash. Don't tell anybody. So if you are big into rocks and geology, this is a really cool place to go to. But yeah, it's like really cool stuff. Got different layers, and bam, all of a sudden you get like a type of volcanic stuff going on there. And back behind all this, hopefully we can get to it and see it, but past the lake on the Arizona side, there must have been like some big huge caldera, because it's like a big huge mass of black volcanic rock. Insane. Most of my videos have to do with plants and stuff, so there are a few different little things here. Little scrawny type of either Baccharis varieties or desert buckwheats or our beloved creosote, Trattada. It's all that stuff. You'll find like more things like, you know, where there's water, then we can get like some willows growing, you can get some cottonwoods growing, mesquites, acacias, just depends. Yeah, there has to be some pipeline underneath this thing. Let's just look at some of these cool rock stuff. And those who know about this stuff can chime in. Got some sparkly stuff in there. That's a really cool rock though. Or boulder. Yeah, so we got like a different rock structure here. So we're going to get educated also about the network of railroads going through here. You've got to read fast. You are walking along just one segment of a 30-mile network of railroads built in 1931 specifically to haul materials to construct Hoover Dam. This line, the U.S. government railroad, ran from the Boulder City down Hemingway Wash to a concrete mixing plant on the rim of Black Canyon. Trains ran 24 hours a day, carrying gravel, supplies, and machinery to the dam construction site. Impressive. Most impressive. Yeah. And they were doing it at 120 degree weather with no AC, living in tents, and just because they needed work. The things we do for work and for money. Isn't it amazing? Right, cool. Some more rock layer stuff. This is probably very brittle, washable stuff. That's cool. Very chalky. More pretty silts. I'm hoping to find like some plants other than that. Oh, cool. It's down here. This is where, see down there? That's the docks. They used to be over that way. But then they moved it because the lake level, you can definitely see it. You can see the dark color up there. Here, let me get my finger in the way. Where's my finger? There's my finger. Right, you see like the darker color right there? There used to be an island. And that island right there used to be almost fully covered. Just with that little piece sticking up right there. That was way back in like the late 80s when we moved here. Seeing has changed. So that's where I actually go out that way with my sailboat. Not over here. Because I can just look right off of like say the beach. I wouldn't call it a beach. It's just gravel and rocks. But it's still fun. This is a relatively easy, this is all flat. So, no biggie. Not really ADA accessible though, but it is flat. Unless you had like some off-road tires on your wheelchair, then you could be able to do it. Just getting some of the different colored rock as we're walking by. With some little, I'd have to get up there and take a good picture of that, but that looks like a different type of buckwheat though, Oregon. But yeah, it's pretty much like this part of the desert is more for the structure of the rocks and the erosion and, you know, all that stuff. Alright, bam, we got different rock color change. Yeah, so for you geology hounds and rock hounds, Southern Nevada is a really great spot for it. I'm pretty sure they brought like some of these. No, that may have come from the top. So look at that. You can get like say different things going on here. Very cool. And bam, all of a sudden you get like different things like that. And my cousin has said it's like, you know, it's not like the actual type of rock that it is. It's just like what weather and water has done to it over time that makes it interesting. What the heck? Let's show some do some panorama stuff on here. Right, so we're on the railroad pass trail down by Lake Mead, High Lake Mead. There we are, just talking about the different rock formations that are just going on here. The different rock colors, things that have gone on here. You know, if you're a rock hound person or geologist type of person, this is like a really cool place to see, you know, a unique landscape of, you know, how all this was made. It's amazing. And all the erosion of all the rains that have happened. This is all, you know, of course, like late here. I'm pretty sure, well, we're on the railroad trail, so this is where railroad tracks were actually going on to build the dam, so. But yeah, you got like, say, all that erosion going on there. Isn't that cool? Yeah, we're good. Probably 100 feet up from here. So if you have kids and small dogs, small animals, this part of the trail, you want to make sure everybody's, not wandering off. Be kept safe. If you like that, you can almost feel like you're on a different planet sometimes. Yeah, you're not going to see trees at all around here. Maybe the cat claw occasion will pop up here or there. For those who need just a little extra water, but if they find like a nice little pocket somewhere, hey, maybe we can find some. An educational part of the tour. And here we go. It's like, oh, we are here. Oh, we may have to turn back. Okay, this private resort is like a half-mile away, which is up over that way. Actually, there's like the hotel place right there. It's right there. You can actually walk from there to here. Another like 3 miles to Memorial Bridge. I was there the day after they opened that up. Got some good pictures of that. So yeah, we can. My wife is getting her hair done, so it'll be a while, so I can make it. 3 miles, that's nothing. Yeah, and this is horrible, right? You come way out here in the middle of nowhere on a trail to mark your territory. Hey, dude, nobody really cares who you are. If you want to mark your territory, there's a bush right there. Go pee on it. Right, sorry, where was I? Here we go. Yeah, this is all the stuff about the rocks. Because we can get some hoodoos. Voodoos. Hoodoo, you do what? Remind me of the babe. Right, it's the second part of the trail from that. Ooh. Yeah, so you rock hounds and say geologists, oh, look at that. You got some like really cool break off pieces and stuff there. But this is the stuff that I like. I'm the plant guy. So there's our typical creosote Rheatrite untata. But the beautiful one right there is turpentine bush, Ericameria laricifolia. You just get like this dead, gnarled wood on it. Very bonsai-ish. When these get, especially like right now, this time of the year, November, you get more water on them. They're actually flowering out like this bright yellow. But that's beautiful though. I had to get a picture of that. Yeah, so just wherever these plants find places to go, but the sheer immensity of seeing, how time has affected this area. Then, of course, our artificially man-made lake, the Colorado River. This is part of the Colorado River. So it would go winding through. Grand Canyon is up there, probably like another 200-300 miles, which you can get, do like say day trip tours out there from Las Vegas, promoting, without getting kickback pay from it. So, yeah. Oh, I think we found, maybe not. Nope. Just more sun and like a nice little pocket of water. So that creosote is getting more water than, say, like this one over here. Just because we kind of like created a nice little pooling area. Can definitely tell. This is all clay soil right here. just washed out. You know, and clay can take many forms from off of different types of rocks and minerals. It's just the smaller, lighter stuff. So probably like about, 2 to 4 weeks ago, we did have some rain. So that would have been like right there. So we get like little pockets like that. But this is kind of like man-made, but this naturally occurs here in the desert. You get like little pockets of vegetation going on. That is a type of brittle bush, Encelia farinosa. There's a couple different varieties of them. But it's like once these things get water on them, they do like a really beautiful display. They actually look a lot better like in the fall, winter, and spring than in the summertime. Because they're just kind of like, surviving, conserving energy in the summertime. Even though it's not hot right now, it would be a good suggestion to just have water along with it. Some people are better camels than others. I work out in the heat, so I kind of become more of a camel. Speaking of animals, yeah, these are some of the types of things that we can come across. You don't have to come this far to see these guys, because they'll be up going, the sun. This sunset's so beautiful. Anyways, up past that way, going back up to Boulder City, there's a park, and these guys come down to the park. A whole herd of them. It's really cool to see. Coyotes, you'll see them around here, there. Collared lizards, I've seen them. Ran across one of those one time. I've never seen a horned lizard out here. But yeah, that's a great story about that one. My daughter, when she was 3 years old, we were out hiking the desert, and she sees like a little cave. She goes over there and she says, "Hello, bunny." And then I'm like, say 10 feet away from her, and I hear the rattling going on. I leapt 10 feet and grabbed her and sprinted like about 30 feet away. So, yeah. Yeah, so water is very important here. It's always a good idea. Even if you are a camel, you still need to have some water. So I have water in the truck, car, whatever I brought. But this is like a cool thing. Of course they had to blast through here, but then you can see like the layers of the rocks. Yeah, and especially over here, since there's like so many canyons and mountains and stuff, if you want to call it mountains. But yeah, you get wind going through here. Ooh, yeah, here we go. This is what I was wanting to see. All right, this is the turpentine bush. The Ericameria folia, but look at that. Look at that. Talk about, a natural bonsai specimen or yamadori. This is like what we get out here in the southern Nevada, in the desert. Mainly inspiration because, say, like these roots go way, way down, and they're very fussy type of roots. But again, like these guys are getting shade. Well, the sun is kind of like moved further, but you get the idea. It's like kind of like their own little microclimate. You can kind of tell like where the sun actually hits it. It's almost like a one-side thing going on here. It's such a beautiful plant, though. Yeah, and the reason why they call it turpentine bush, rub this, smell it. It smells very oily, turpentine-y. That's just their way of, conserving the moisture inside of the plant. But just imagine how old that thing is. That's the beauty of this type of plant. And people don't really like to see that. They like to see just like this cute little, bush like that. That's the creosote. But the creosote will end up looking like that, scraggly and everything like that. But it's just amazing like that these things can survive here on less than an inch of rainfall a year. We're the second driest desert in the American continent, so. Right, back for like you rock hounds. Isn't this cool? See, there again, there's our little buddy up there. Another turpentine bush. Just hanging on, pretending that he's like this really cool juniper evergreen looking thing and surviving. It actually can snow out here too. Another view of Lake Mead. Gonna be like almost right on top of the marina. What do we got here? Concrete plugs. Oh, that's those. On the slope below are some broken concrete plugs that were built as placeholders in the powerhouse floor at Hoover Dam. They were removed later when the turbines were installed to generate electricity. The final one was removed in 1961. So these guys were inside of the dam when it was being built. That is cool. And so they're reusing them as support for our nice little walkway that we're going on. Alright, so we're coming up. There's the marina right there. Just further up, that's where I'll take out my sailboat over that way. I've made it to that island, made it to that island, then come around here on the other side of there, then you get to the dam, down like one of the little canyons over here. That gives you like an idea. Crazy, isn't it? Oh, the moon's out too. Ooh, it almost feels like a harvest moon. Yeah, you can kind of see some of the peaks. I've been out that way around those hills. There's some really cool formation things going on over there. There's like a cool little slot canyon through there. Some really cool things over that way. And that's probably like about half hour away from Henderson. Something else, I'm not pretty sure what it is, but definitely in the Asteraceae family. Little baby one of them. You know, they just find like little pockets like this, like where, oh, the sun's not beating down on it all the time, so you get cool things. Springtime, we're going to come back here and take a look at this. But these guys can hold on and just stay dead looking, and all of a sudden they'll burst out and be in leaf mode. All right, some other cool formations as we get further along the trail. Darker, scraggly, upright things. And then the road where people are like, oh, goodness, how are we going to get through this? Oh, we'll go through the tunnel. Yes, the tunnel. Yeah, so no clouds. We're just in a shady part. But then you'll get like really cool formations, you know, whether it be from like, say, rain or from wind. Blasting this stuff down. You got a nice little lichen, little grove here, I guess you could say. the shadier part. And then we have the tunnel. There we go. Digging the tunnel. Let's go. Yeah. Give you an idea of how solid this stuff is. This is cool. Yeah, so there's no supports there. Then when we get further out, then they actually added some supports so we don't get rocks falling on our heads. Some nice thick supports. So that's good. It's definitely maintained well. All right, through the first tunnel. And this is about the time that those that didn't want to go to the bathroom at the beginning of the trail will actually be asking you to go to the bathroom. Then you're going to be like, go behind that tree there. And you'll say, what tree? It's like, all right, then just hop on down there behind the rocks and hopefully nobody will see you going to the bathroom. Or you just hold it for another half hour. Look at all that. There's like little caves for little bats and little creatures to live in. Just created by wind, erosion, over hundreds, if not thousands of years. And hi, Marina. Took them just 3 months working non-stop to get these tunnels done. Back in 1931. Very cool. Come to Santiago, the haven for bats. 18 feet wide, 27 feet high. Fires destroyed the original timber in 1990. I was here. I was not here at this point in this location. It's not my fault. I didn't do it, but it looks like they've reinforced with some colored concrete. That's not real stuff. They've added that later so there's rocks and stuff that won't fall on our heads. So yeah, that's not real stuff. That's been covered. There's some real stuff right there underneath it. That's just been color concreted over. So it's safe for us tourists, or I'm not a tourist, I'm a local, so. That's really cool though. I wonder what these people are doing up here. It would be really cool is if I hid in here and scared them. Ooh, I like the darkness of this. Yeah, so you can actually come out here in the summertime and duck down in these, and it'll be a sweltering, maybe 90 degrees instead of 120 outside. This is cool though. And I think that's its own tunnels. And I probably just do this for our extra safety. And probably keep people from like trying to access it at night. more information. If you want to see like what they did. Oh, here. That's where your family stayed during the day. In the rag towns. And that's after your hard day work of 120 degrees outside. Oh, but erosion problem going on. It's probably just from like the most recent rain, so yeah, they have to fix that up. Yeah, I just went through those 2 tunnels. Got like a nice little bend for the other tunnels. It's like a 3-mile hike, so no biggie. It's so flat too. Wonder where those power lines lead to. Yes, yes, precious. We'll lead them to the tunnel. Yes, yes. She'll know what to do with them, precious. The tunnel. Probably use Sting about right now. Yeah, so I guess for the entryway, they put these containers underneath here. Then you have refurbished wood up there to protect you. All right, we found a tree. The catclaw acacia, or Vachilia gregi, or Acacia gregi. Probably like one of the furthest north acacias in North America. The cool thing about these, they're nitrogen fixating, so it just has like some nodules that is in the soil and changes it into nitrogen, so it actually have stuff to grow. That's why it's so nice and green. And they get seed pods on them, really cool, and actually very easily to germinate. But if the bugs get to them, then you can't really get them. So this is really cool though. See, so there's your tree in the desert. Now we'll go in here. All right, going into maybe the last cave, but this is a shorter cave. Got some birds living up there. Or is it where the bats are at? There are bats in here. Yeah, this doesn't give it justice, like the camera here, but just coming here, there's the moon peeking out. I think I probably might need to head back then. So I don't have a flashlight. Ooh, an even bigger cat claw acacia, probably like maybe 8 foot tall. See, get it in the right spot, right location. Yep, of course. Nice little cascade waterfall coming through here. Water comes here. Ooh, and a bonus, some ephedra. Yeah, so yeah, it's a nice little oasis. And then another turpentine bush, Ericameria laricifolia. Really beautiful form on that too. All right, we still have probably like another mile to go. I need to turn around because it's getting a little dark and I don't think I'll be able to make it back. But really, really cool to go inside there when it's really dark. And I don't have my charger with me. So yeah, come out to Southern Nevada, out Boulder City, down by Lake Mead, to come visit this place for yourself. Best time of year, November, December, January, February, March. April is a little iffy. Definitely bring water. Summertime, I would definitely avoid it because they actually shut down national parks after May. Say like the Valley of Fire, they close that down from May all the way through to, I think, September, because it's just too darn hot and people don't remember to wear hats, bring water, and not hike out in the middle of the day. Come on, people. Get real. Hello. If you have made it this far, congratulations. I'm going to send you a really cool souvenir. So if you have made it this far into the video, like and subscribe and put in the comments your address, and I will send you a cool rock from Southern Nevada. And I mean a real cool rock from Southern Nevada if you made it this far. So like and subscribe and you get a rock.